What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. Honey, what's going on over here? I've been trying to see who that chocolate dog belongs to. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, let the demon know you stopped by. We're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. We also not on this one, but we're going to talk about Insecure, and then I have to talk about Real Housewives of New York as well. But those are all going to be 3 separate videos. So what's up? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, let the demon know you stopped by. Do it again, okay? Hit it again. Hit the thumbs down. Hit the thumbs up. Shout out to the bot who hits the thumbs down, the robot who has been programmed to give a diva a thumbs down as soon as the damn video uploads. Girl, you are dedicated, bitch. Why you so obsessed with me, girl? I wanna know. Lying that you're sexing me. Hey. All right, so we're gonna start off with Eva. She's moving day, Eva. Oh, you guys, I watched The Circle France. It is so good. If you have not watched it, I watched the whole thing this weekend. It is so good to me. When I tell you, them MFers were so damn strategic, the most strategic out of all, because I watched Brazil too. And yes, Brazil was good. I'm glad the person who won, I'm glad they won. Person who won on France, I'm glad they won as well. You see how I just removed their pronoun just as easy like that? You see how easy that was? I think it's so funny when people say they don't know how to move somebody's pronouns or change somebody's pronouns, because when a Negro is cheating, honey, and he's at some girl's house, he'll say they in a heartbeat, girl. I'm over their house, I'm over his house. He'll change the damn pronoun to he from she. Ask a nigga creeping don't even know how to change a pronoun. Anyways, come on, guys. Okay, so Eva was moving day, everything. That little Mikey, is that his name? He looks just like Eva. Like, his eyes look like marbles, number one. He's so cute. And Marley is so cute. And what's the little baby? Maverick. Okay, so they all got M's. Okay, that's cute. I thought Marley's name was cute when we first got the announcement of her name. I thought it was cute. And you know what I thought about Eva last night? I was like, Eva really don't have nothing going on. I think Eva's so bored because Eva's like all of us. Like, Eva is really living a regular ass, just a regular, my husband, what is he, a lawyer, politician? What is he? And I'm just having these babies. I'm at home. I'm on this television show running around with my girls. I work at this radio station. Eva's just regular. And I think that's why a lot of people are just like, whatever with Eva, because she's just doing some regular shit. She don't have anything going on that is, drama. There's no drama going on in her life, unless she creates drama with some of the women, and NeNe has helped her with that. So we'll see how that's gonna go. Candy goes over Kenya's house, and Candy starts talking about Todd, saying how Todd made her feel bad because he, started talking about how she's not spending time at home. Candy said he has some valid points. We're just having a breadwinner conversation, and because the breadwinner just so happens to be female, which I believe that in a lot of households, the woman is the breadwinner, especially in Black households. And then there's just this pathology with women who are really smart and well educated, and some of them go after a certain type of guy that really doesn't or wouldn't be equally yoked, if you're want to use terms like that. Kenya said basically let her know she understands this is for your family. It's the same exact conversation if a man was having it. Same exact conversation. I'm trying to do this for my family so my family can be straight. Candy explains that she is the go-to person. She's probably the most successful person in her family, and so she takes care of a lot of people, which is understandable. And they heard her say that, I can take care of every motherfucker in here. They was like, oh, we got you, Candy. You do? Okay, great. So Kenya says, I know you don't want to take marriage advice from me, bitch, because my shit is in shambles. But, he has a point or whatever. She was trying to, I don't think even Kenya was trying to give her advice. I think Kenya was just saying back to her, like, look at what it looks like. I'm just going to repeat back to you what you telling me. So you doing this for your family, right? And sometimes people don't need advice, especially like Kenya said. I know you don't want to take advice from me because, bitch, my shit is out of here. So, but if you repeat something back to somebody, sometimes they have to hear like how ridiculous it sounds or how like to see a different perspective. Sometimes that helps. We find out that Kenya has Marc blocked because he don't know how to talk to people. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. That is very relatable. Until you learn how to talk to me, I will unblock you. So you figure out a way. She says, my marriage went to hell. Candy says on the side in the interview, you know, sometimes when you look at other people's relationships, you realize your shit ain't that bad. And everybody has different perspectives. And I mean, I think we could all relate to what Candy says. Sometimes we look at these people and be like, oh shit, my shit is not that bad, right? So Kenya tells Candy, which this is why I know Candy, she's not who we think she is. When it comes to bedroom Candy, that diva, she's not who we think she is. Kenya tells Candy, what is Todd doing right now? She's like, let me go, girl, because Todd, it was a real girlfriend conversation. You got real girlfriend tease out of it. Because when Candy walked in the door, she was like, girl, like, I got some shit to tell you. And she was like, come on, girl, let's sit down and talk about it. It was real girlfriend, you know. And it was funny because they weren't even talking about none of the other women. They were talking to both of them, talked about their relationships, and that's it. They didn't have nothing to say about any other women there. So Kenya tells Candy, when you go see Todd, you know, since he's busy or whatever, he's working right now, go take him a salad. What's his favorite thing to eat? She was like, salads. Not gonna tell me no nigga from Philadelphia. Where's Todd from? Oh, Todd is from New York. You ain't gonna tell me no nigga from New York. His favorite meal is salad. Okay, Candy, that's what you could do. That's the best you could do. Can Candy cook, y'all? I ain't never seen Candy cook. She's about her food, but I don't know if she can cook it. I don't know, but Kenya tells her to take Todd a salad. I need to get my pronouns together. And she goes, well, just make sure he eats 2 salads tonight. And Candy was like, stuck for a second. It took her a second to get it, and then she was like, now you talking my talk. Girl, shut up, Candy. I'm sorry, and that might, I'm not trying to clock nobody else's pocketbook. Candy doesn't give me freak of the week. She really doesn't, never have. I don't care, bedroom Candy. You know what Candy is? Let me tell you something. Listen to what I'm about to say. Y'all, I might be too far-fetched, but she is the same as Angela Yee. She gives you cold fish. She'll talk about sex a little bit, but she wants everybody else to talk about it. Angela Yee, that's her interview style. She does well with the trying to get other people to talk about things, and so she doesn't talk about herself too much. Candy does the same thing. So Mallory is meeting with Cynthia at the Bailey wine cellar. And Cynthia has made Mallory the manager, keeping it in the family. Cynthia says that, you know, she's spending a lot of time in Los Angeles with Mike. All her family is there. Noelle is there spending time in Los Angeles with Mike. And not with Mike, but, you know, she lives there now. She wants to get into acting. Her father told her, if you're not going to school, you're going to have to work. Regular black ass dad advice. If you're not going to school, you're going to have to go to work, Leon said. So Noelle's been acting. So Mallory is telling Cynthia that her ass is getting big. It's out of control. Mallory is, you know, asking her, like, what are you guys going to do about this house situation? I don't think Cynthia should sell her house. I don't see nothing wrong with having 2 houses. Why can't you have a home in Los Angeles? And why can't you have a home in Atlanta? Why is the resolution for her to sell her house? That's not the resolve to that. I'm sorry. You can have 2 homes, okay? You can have a home in California and you can have a home in Georgia. People do it all the time. People do it all the time. Do not sell Lake Bailey. You would be let me tell you something. If I don't know what I would. Cynthia better not sell Lake Bailey. That's all I know. Or else I'm gonna be cutting Mike's shirts up in the closet, okay? Don't sell Lake Bailey. Don't sell Lake Bailey. Don't do that. Okay, let me hurry up. Let me get my shit together. Okay, so what's her name says you gotta let people have at least one day of a week off. And Cynthia's like, for what? She was like, for the labor laws. Cynthia said, honey, let me see them labor laws, because I don't know about that. honey, let me see them labor laws. I don't know about letting people off 2 days a week. Where did they get that shit from? Cynthia's ass is so stupid. PJ opened the scene not looking at her dad. They was trying to take a picture. What were they trying to do with PJ? PJ is not here for Portia and Dennis's shit. Period. PJ is not here for your shit, Portia, nor you, Dennis. She knows the tea, okay? She is the closest to the divine in your life, and she knows that this is some bullshit. Everything that's happening to the point where y'all are really having disagreements and arguments, kind of whispering. I was like, look at Portia and Dennis arguing. It's not. I don't have nothing to say about it. Portia wants him to move into her home after she done already kicked him out. Don't sell your house either, girl. Don't sell your house. Like, why are these two women back to back or in these relationships where the men are almost kind of trying to influence the women to sell their home? I don't know if Mike is, but Dennis, don't sell your home, Portia, because the way that you and Dennis are now, you're going to need your house, bitch. He wants to stay close to the city where the girls are. Do you understand me? He wants to live close. He don't want to live in Duluth. He wants to live close to the city where he can be out at 4 o'clock in the morning at the Waffle House. And it doesn't take him, because if he's at 4 o'clock in the morning at the Waffle House and it take him, how long does it take with traffic? 2 hours? So maybe an hour without traffic. Where is he at? In the city to Duluth? Duluth is about an hour. Maybe an hour. Yeah, maybe an hour. 75 minutes. I'm trying to remember. But he want to be close to where the action is, girl. Duluth ain't where it's at. It's really not. It really isn't. Not for a young single fella like Dennis. You know, he wants to be in the streets. Just put creating hurdles. I said he wants her to compromise. I said he's laughing at the cheat comment. They intro Portia's segment with the song from the Black Ink crew. So you know they already telling us this is on some hood ghetto shit. I'm giving you Black Ink intro. They had the same intro as they have on Black Ink. Actually Black Ink's intro was playing coming into Portia's scene. Go watch it, okay? He said, well, basically, what do we need a wedding for? We already doing all this, right? Basically. And I'm not about to pay for place with people who really don't give a shit about us. Because they don't. I mean, he has a point. They don't, including him. He don't give a shit either. And he says, so, since you like to kick me out your shit, when you get good and ready, we need to work on a prenup. Oh, you just being mean. No, this is a business. Like, you want to do all the lovey shit so people can think y'all in love and shit. And it's not, there's no love there. I don't know what it is. Portia, you know, I was rooting for you, girl, but you got to the end, you came to the second to the last episode, and you just proven Dennis is unsuitable for partnership. Period. Nothing about Dennis makes him valuable as a partner in a marriage. Nothing about his sleepy looking ass. I would say, wake up, Dennis. Portia is talking to you. You don't hear her talking to you. Dennis got a mouth on him, don't he? Dennis he got too much mouth for me. I'm sorry. He has too much mouth. What? So, we don't need a wedding. He told her we don't need a wedding. I'm not paying for a place for people who don't give a shit about us. And since you want a wedding so bad, why don't your ass pay for it? And while we at it, bitch, I want a prenup. Portia. Girl, no. Portia, what advice would you give a woman if she came to you with your situation? Period. That's it. NeNe's song comes on. Yeah, I'm sweeter than a dog does. It came through. I said, come on, NeNe. NeNe got her a bop. Even Andy said it. He was like, Kenya was trying so hard to shake. Kenya, you can't shake NeNe's song. I'm sorry. It's a bop. It really is. And even Andy was like, oh, well, I thought it was a bop. Okay, Candy. That was on Watch What Happens Live. Kenya, you got to give NeNe her props. That song is cute as shit for a woman her age. She did that, and whoever wrote it for her, they got her personality down, everything. That song is so cute. But anyways, they intro NeNe scene with that. Her and Gregg are celebrating 23 years of a relationship or of a marriage. He started dancing. She comes out. She looks really cute in her outfit for her husband or whatever. And he started dancing, and she kind of like dissed him. I was like, what was that about, NeNe? I didn't get that. She says, you know, she mentions the open marriage thing, and he was like, no. That's what I don't understand is like, a man feels like you can be in an open relationship. You can be in an open marriage, right? When you cheat on your spouse, you're in an open marriage. But if she were to go sit on somebody's dick, then it's a problem. But you can go look in every pocketbook around town, put your hand in everybody's pocketbook, but she can't sit on a dick. That's not fair. If you gonna be an ain't shit nigga, you should be able to handle an ain't shit woman. I don't understand. And I said open marriage is not for him, but he can cheat. I don't get it. But you in an open relationship already. So what's the tea? Anyway, so they go through the history of the relationship. Gregg got his pawpaw slippers in the bed on NeNe's good sheets and her good comforter. You got your house shoes on in the bed. If you don't take, his feet were probably not presentable. I imagine. I don't know if I could think if Gregg got nice feet or not. I don't want to think about it. Honey, they get in the bed, they acting like they're going under the covers and stuff, talking about you so nasty. There's nothing exciting about that, NeNe. I wouldn't want to watch that for 30 minutes. I wouldn't want to watch that for 15 minutes. I barely watched it for the 22 seconds, okay? Cynthia goes over Kenya's house, and Kenya lets her in, and she walks up the stairs, and honey, she's in character. Kenya, let me tell you something. That's cracked me up yesterday. I felt bad for her because I felt bad for her at the same time, but the way they shot the scene, the producers ain't shit. They shot the scene. They showing this little history of Kenya and Marc that we've got to see together. Kenya, she's in character. Cynthia says, I don't get a hug. So they start talking, and Cynthia is just like, so what's going on? So Kenya in full, I'm in the throes of a abusive relationship ass. She says, I'm just basically waiting for him to make a decision. And Cynthia tells her, so it's just up to him whether this marriage goes, or is it up to y'all? Like, who is it up to? And she was like, you can't do this alone. You can't want for the marriage alone. Cynthia was giving her really good advice. And she was giving her girlfriend like, bitch, let's cut up his shit. What do we got to do? Let's cut his shit up. Okay. She said that Kenya would not have put up with things had Brooklyn not been there. And I believe that too. Like I said, a lot of people put up with a lot of things for the sake of the child. But even the way Portia and Dennis was going back and forth, nobody even wants that. Why do you want that to where she taking all the cookies and stuff and he can't have no cookies and this and that? You went up there and screwed Dennis. Don't nobody believe nothing you talking about, girl. Because he's in your house after screwing two, maybe the same woman, but screwing on you 2 times since you had PJ, and he's sitting up there in your kitchen while you baking cookies. He went upstairs and got some ass. So you ain't fooling nobody, Portia. You're not fooling nobody. You're a Cancer. You're not fooling nobody, girl. So Kenya said she don't have no access to Marc's family. I guess the same way Marc doesn't have access to Kenya's family. I don't understand why everybody think it's a big fucking deal. It is not a big deal for somebody to say they don't have access to somebody's parents. From what I've gathered and from what Kenya has shared, Marc doesn't have a good relationship with his parents. Oh, where they were at the baby shower. You have whole families at baby showers and weddings, and the damn baby shower end up in a gunfight because 2 people there don't get along, shouldn't have been there, shouldn't have been invited. So we're not going to act like it's so strange that Kenya doesn't have access to Marc's parents. He don't get along with his parents. He said in the front, were y'all listening to Marc, or are we only listening to him when he's talking shit to Kenya? Because he said he had a rough childhood. They can be at the baby shower. They can be smiling. They can stand up at your wedding with you and not like you, okay? So saying that somebody was at an event that means that, you know, oh, I met them, but I don't have access to them. He probably like, I don't want you talking to my mom. I don't want you talking to my dad. Trust me. When people don't get along with people's parents, you don't need to talk to them. What are you talking to them for? If I don't get along with my parents, you don't need to be talking to them. Period. And I don't understand why anybody think that's a big deal. Well, Brooklyn can't get on the phone with her grandmother. Can she get on the phone with your mama? Kenya? Okay, thank you. Cynthia wants to cut his shirt. She says, at this point, I'm like, fuck Marc. Cynthia tells her, you deserve love and respect. And that's it. And that's period. Force your wedding for what? Maybe you should pay for it. People don't care about it. So at the end of Kenya's thing, they do a montage of Marc's clothes. Bitch, when I tell you I fell the fuck, I slid off the couch like Mama Patterson. Baby, oh, Marc, I just want to be, you know, he did have a lot of clothes there. Even Cynthia was like, bitch, oh, so y'all was married. I caught that. Did y'all catch that? She was like, yeah, he had a lot of clothes in there. Do y'all think she bought the clothes down at the Goodwill and just put them in there for the scene? That's how y'all want me to talk about Kenya. Talk just some crazy shit.
You know, she went down to the Goodwill and bought some clothes and just hung them up for the scene because she ain't really married. She bought him.
That's how y'all want me to talk about Kenya. Candy's going to have a baby shower on a movie set. We see that's going to happen next week. Cynthia's at Eva's house. They playing with Mikey and Marley, and the baby's upstairs asleep, and they're just talking about the house, and she's so happy to be a homeowner at 35, and, you know, she's just going to have to accept the fact that Kevin is crazy. We've all accepted the fact, Eva. I think it's high time for you to accept the fact, and she says she feels safe here, and he's trying to get custody and have her last name changed. It's too late. Then they talked about Kenya just a little bit, and how, you know, Kenya seems like she wants to work at the marriage. And then Eva's like, I just hope she does what's best for herself. They were kind of treading lightly, because I think they're trying to they don't want Eva on Kenya's bad side. I think they're treading lightly. I think they all do make a good team, because every one of those women, Candy, Kenya, Cynthia, and Eva, all had a name before the Housewives. Now, we may not have been paying attention to them, but they all had their own rights, they own shit. They all had a Wikipedia page, more than likely. Maybe not Cynthia, but before, you know, Housewives. Anyway, I think that's good that Eva, the way that NeNe was like, these are teams. If they are teams, that Eva's making a smart move. Todd and Candy. I get to Todd and Candy. It was triggered when Candy said that she got a man so that it can be non-biased. I remember when I was having problems and trying to work on the relationship with the boy's father, and we wanted to go to counseling, and he did not want a woman because he didn't want somebody to be bashing him. You understand? He didn't want a woman to be against him. He didn't want a session where two women were fighting against him, or, you know what I'm saying? And so when Candy said, oh, I got a man so it can be non-biased, well, the man, being with the man, there's already an initial bias right there. So you can't say, just because I'm getting a man, I'm going to get somebody who's non-biased. You can get a woman and she can be non-biased. But see, the idea that men have that they don't want to have a woman therapist when they're in a couples therapy because they don't want to, because you have an idea of the things that you're doing and you know that they ain't shit, and you don't want somebody holding you accountable, and you figure that a woman would hold you accountable faster than a male therapist will hold a man accountable. I was a little triggered by that. I was like, that's some bullshit. Anyways, so they say they working a lot. They got 2 kids, 1 on the way. Wasn't planned right. I don't know what would make Candy have a third child. She didn't plan her family right. If you are trying to excel in your career and go far, it's not an opportune time to have a baby, in my opinion. They're so focused on success, they've become good business partners, and the intimacy of the relationship is not there. They're more like business partners. Candy knew when she hired you what kind of worker she was going to get. Because remember when Greg and Peter were arguing? I don't know where they were. Where were they? And they were arguing, and they were like, we hear somebody arguing like that. The ladies was out there, and Candy had on that green. She had on a green, like an army green onesie and a little straw hat. Baby, when they said those men were fighting, Kandi went running after her investment, honey. She went running to figure out if Todd was in there fighting, girl. So when Kandi hired Todd, she knew exactly what she was doing. She got her a man with some ambition who was going to go get her so he can be a side. Kandi knew what she was doing. She ain't that dumb. She knew that because she kept saying in the bus, I got me a man. He might have been a thousandaire, but he's a hard worker and he got great ideas. And you're building a business together, but Todd claims that he wants the intimacy. I don't believe it. I think that he's having some ego issues, but he made some good points, but I didn't like the way he framed, you're doing your acting thing and I'm supporting you. But she's like, I support you too. So I don't understand what's going on, but they're not enjoying each other's time. And the therapist was like, you guys need to influence each other to slow down. Kandi starts crying and he says, you need to prioritize what's valuable to you. Clearly, and we have seen that Kandi's career is the most valuable thing to her, because that means security. Security is the most valuable thing to Kandi. Then it's her family. Then it's food. Then it's her family. I'm telling you, that lady is a Taurus through and through. She is clinical textbook. Go read about a sun sign Taurus and you're going to read about Kandi Burruss. Kandi says, I'm an emotional person and I'm sorry, right? This bull is actually breaking down. Kandi has cried almost every season. We've seen Kandi cry. We know she's emotional. She acts like things don't bother her, but when she breaks down, she breaks down. Does have an issue with work-life balance. We never hear about men's success being a hindrance to their family. We only hear about women's success being a hindrance to their family because women traditionally, and sometimes traditions aren't healthy, and we rarely hear about a man's success being a detriment to his family. Somebody was like, she'll be upset if Todd starts cheating. Todd don't have enough time to cheat. He got 2 kids to take care of. Then they mentioned Kayla, Todd's daughter, and how Kandi wants to do nice things for Kayla and she wants to give Kayla things. And here we are. Todd is the only one who wants to benefit from being married to Kandi. This daughter that you've come into her life and now you want to be super dad and you want to impose rules and boundaries and things that should have been implemented in her formative years. This girl's 20 something years old. All that dad shit is out of here. I don't think it's fair that Kandi wants to do stuff for the girl, give her money, make sure she's straight, and Todd wants her to be broke down and destitute and working hard for shit. No. It's not fair for you to benefit off of being married to Kandi Burruss and Kayla not benefit from it. I don't think it's cool at all. I think it's fucked up, if you really want to ask me. I don't think it's cool at all and hopefully she doesn't resent your ass for it. Like, you want to be up here driving around these cars and this woman wants to give me a present for my birthday and you get mad at me. You want to implement some kind of punishment to where I can't get the gift. That's some bitch ass shit, Todd. That's some asshole fucking behavior. So fuck Todd for that. And I'm out of here. Y'all take care of each other. Let me know what you think of the episode. Protect your energy. And we'll get down in the comments. All right, peace.